Hello, all, and welcome to the Ohio Academy of Science webinar that we are hosting today over our programs. My name is Casey Harris, and I am a STEM advocate for the Ohio Academy of Science. And I have with me my colleague, Sheila Kubik, and I will allow her to introduce herself.
I'm Sheila Kubik, and I'm also a STEM advocate with the Ohio Academy of Science. We're going to get started today with allowing you just to talk about our program. Sorry, the little dinging keeps throwing me off. Mine doesn't ding. Our agenda today is we're going to introduce our programs, Science Days in Ohio STEP. We're going to talk about where they fit in, the benefits of participation, some of our competitions. We're going to explore Project Board, which is our online social learning platform. And we're going to talk about how teachers can get started with their programs. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, STEM occupations are projected to grow in the next decade. And with more occupations being STEM related, it just makes sense to engage our students and prepare them for that workforce. And the programs of the Ohio Academy of Science are a great way to start with giving them those skills and abilities to become a great worker in the growing STEM field. The Ohio Academy of Science itself, a little bit about us. We were founded in 1891. It's a nonprofit organization, and it was founded initially to support scientific research, to showcase the research of those in Ohio and just promote science in general. And we continue that to this day with our youth programs, our annual meeting for professionals, as well as for those who want to publish in our journal, the Ohio Journal of Science, which has also been around since 1900. So we're not a new organization. We've been around for a very long time. And our programs have always been about fostering that idea of discovery and innovation, giving students and adults a practical application of science, as well as the raw scientific method. Let's talk about some of the programs that we have. Our youth programs are our Science Day program, our Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair, and our Ohio STEP program. And I'm going to just highlight the Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair program a little bit here because we're not going to go into as much depth with that one in the later slides. Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair, again, is a science fair program, but it is a qualifying qualifying competition for the International Science and Engineering Fair. So for students who want to enter that particular fair and try to compete in that internationally, they have to go through qualifying rounds. Not every fair, Science Day Fair or District Science Fair, is an ISTEP related and affiliated fair. So in order to give all our students in Ohio the opportunity to do a qualifying competition for the International Science and Engineering Fair, we have created the Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair for that outlet. So students don't have to do Science Day and Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair. They can just do Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair, but we have that opportunity for students. So most of because our Science Day program is aligned with the ISTEP regulations, we're just going to talk about Science Days because that is our more encompassing program for K through or 5th grade through 12th grade. Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair is only 9 through 12. Our Science Day program is, again, it's a science fair program. It's interactive, it's personalized learning. The students pick the topic that they are interested in, and they investigate that and study it by applying the scientific method, the meta-analysis, or the engineering design process. We do have two pathways for them two main pathways for them to explore this by doing a hypothesis-based research using the scientific method or the engineering design method. So each pathway, they have different steps of how they analyze, but it's a very definite process. And our program has two different pathways to make it easier for them as they separate that for those students who want to do one versus the other. Ohio STEP is our STEM and Entrepreneurship Program. You may previously have heard of it. We have rebranded this year. It was Believe in Ohio in the last several years. It is now called Ohio STEP. It is a science, technology, and entrepreneurship program. And again, this is applying science. So those who have a problem that they want to solve, quite often it relates directly to becoming a product or service or being developed into a product or service. And those students can enter Ohio STEP. They can investigate not only the solution to a problem that is a product and service to help a certain target customer who has this particular problem they want to solve, but it also has them investigate not only the STEM and science behind their solution and showing the research and support for that, but it also has the students investigating whether their idea could actually be turned into a marketable business. In this particular plan, we have modified our version of the business tool, the Lean Business Model Canvas. Students will go through looking at defining the problem, ideating solutions, showing their research and who they are researching for. They'll develop and refine that not only through the science research they do, but also through their market research, looking at competitors, value proposition, etc. And we have extensions to this program. We consider step 1 and step 2 and Ohio STEP STEM plan. Those who want more rigor and more depth can do the proof of concept for the science, or a business plan. A business student can do the proof of concept for the business aspects of it. But both require a little bit more depth and more research. But they have allow teachers and students to differentiate both from interests and for the time that you might have available. We also have competitions for those, as we said, a shorter version for those who do the steps 1 and steps 2. Those who do steps 1 through 3 can do the full plan and the pitch video. How do these programs fit? Well, they fit into your classroom, a STEM class, business classes, as I've said, entrepreneurship classes, marketing, technology, science, various science classes, engineering, vo-ag, technical writing. They also fit very well in economics classes because you're investigating so many of these same problems and so many solutions to those. Not only is it an in-class program, it also can be used in after-school clubs or in-school clubs. They can be affiliated with the school system. They can be standalone organizations. And some of those are, your STEM clubs, entrepreneur clubs, science. It can be something like 4-H. And DECA, FFA, and FHA are both great options as well for investigating and using our program. They are for grades 5 through 12. And as I said before, for the BSEF program, that is just 9 through 12 for the competition. For our competition, for some of the other programs, the ages vary as well. For teachers, some of the benefits to teachers are advocate support. So Casey and I are both STEM advocates. We support teachers, we answer questions. We're kind of your first stop for trying to find out what you need to find out. And we will kind of get answers for you as well as support you in other ways. It has support from OTES 2.0. It is aligned to Ohio standards for science, technical writing, technology, and for Ohio STEP, it's also aligned to the Ohio CTE business standards. We have a teaching curriculum for both programs, a little bit more strictly designed for Ohio STEP, a few more resources for Ohio STEP than for Science Days. They're editable lessons. We have in PowerPoints, we have graphic organizers, templates, and videos to make it seamless for you to do the programs. Our programs are done on using the online support platform, Project Board. And Casey is going to share some of that with us in just a little bit. A couple of the other things that are helpful for teachers is that these programs, especially Science Day, the Science Fair program, eligible for competing for the Governor's STEM Excellence Award for your school. And that contributes to several different teachers. It doesn't have to be one teacher who does that. It's usually multiple teachers from multiple programs to be awarded that STEM excellence. And the first part of that is having students compete in either enough people in a local fair versus smaller number of people going to a district fair for those. And we can give you information on that if you want further to know more about that. And Ohio STEP can be used as a piece of that to qualify for the governor's award. So doing both our programs get you even further to getting that STEM excellence, the governor's award. Some of the opportunities for students, it is personalized learning. They are using higher order thinking skills. It is project-based. So they have the opportunity to pick what they want to work on and kind of really call to their passions, the things that they enjoy doing. They get more buy-in, more interest, more excitement. Those projects doing the authentic research are so powerful for students and help them develop those career skills that will be needed for those STEM jobs. And I did talk about the competitions a little bit prematurely. For the two programs, Science Days and Ohio STEP, both have competitions. Science Days, there's a district level and a state level. For them, they can be in 5th grade through 12th grade in a Science Day competition. So your youngest students can get the experience of presenting their research in front of their peers, in front of adults. They can connect and really have that experience, the full experience of what it's like to be a STEM researcher. And in the district and state, depending on what kind of sponsors we have a number of awards and scholarships, and those do vary year by year and district by district for who has signed on for those awards. In Ohio STEP, we have a state level competition. And at this, students can receive sponsored awards and scholarships, again, based upon those who have stepped forward to do those and sponsor those. This is for 9th through 12th grade only for the competitions at the state level for Ohio STEP. So we do encourage for both Science Days and Ohio STEP to do a local competition in your classroom, in your school, in your district. It gives students, again, more experience and the opportunity to really kind of test what they've done and share with others. But it certainly does give them the opportunity to go directly to the districts and state levels for the competitions. And as I said, we do this through our online social learning platform called Project Board. And Casey is going to share with us what that looks like by taking us to the site.
Thank you, Sheila. So before I take you to the site, like Sheila said, our social learning platform for students to complete all their projects is called Project Board. They are actually an organization based out of Canada, and Ohio is the first state in the United States to use an online learning platform for programs, STEM programs. So I feel that we are being innovative and on the cutting edge on our end here, trying to pave the way for how we share our science work in the youth setting. So I'm going to share my screen and take you out and explore Project Board a little bit. So the first thing I want to share is the teacher side. So when you visit Project Board, it's projectboard.world/OAS, and that will take you to the Ohio Academy of Sciences Project Board site. And this is the landing page that you will see once you visit. And as you can see at the top, there are several tabs. We're going to visit those tabs here in a moment. But once you scroll down, you're going to see a teacher portal and a student portal. If you are a teacher, you can click on the teacher portal, and it will if you have never registered or you have not re-registered for this year, it will pop up with some registration information that you will fill in. And then it will take you to this page. The teacher guidelines for how to register are right here. And then you would click Get Started, go ahead and fill out your registration information. And then it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. You can also access this page if you go to your icon at the top once you register and click on My Classes. Once you get here, you can create classes for your students by simply clicking Add a Class. And as you can see, I've created the class for the students in Ohio that don't have a teacher supporting them to complete their Science Day or their Ohio STEP projects. They are going to be in my independent student class. And if you open that up, you will see that here is a student's project and they are doing a Science Day project here. And I can see all of the students' projects within that particular class. You can make several classes if you would like to do it by period, so that you can keep the students within the classes organized. And to get students into your class, you would click Manage Class, and then you can click Students. And you add their emails in here, and that will get them into your class once they start a project. So I have 2 students here who have not started projects yet, but they are in my class. So whenever they get ready to start, they will show up in here. So this is the teacher side. Now I'm going to have to move you guys down so I can see my tabs across the top. The tabs across the top can be accessed whether you have an account or not. And this is where the resources for both of our programs are housed. So for example, the Ohio STEP tab has student resources, teacher resources, and then you can look at last year's projects for Ohio STEP. It was called Believe in Ohio. So if you would click on the student resources, we have different categories here. So we have program information. Here you can access the Ohio STEP student workbook, which will be needed in order to complete the program. So you would simply click on this, download it, and give each student a copy if they are doing Ohio STEP. We also have the program guide and lots of other information. And as you scroll down here, maybe, not today, it's not going to let me scroll down. There are many other resources available for students to guide them through the process of completing their Ohio STEP project. We also have the teacher resources. And again, it's not allowing me to scroll. Let me see if I can move. And if you could scroll down, it would show you all the different resources for teachers for Ohio STEP. We have the same thing for Science Day. And here are the resources available. And again, it's not letting me scroll today, but there are several categories. We have the Getting Started, and we have lots of resources available for teachers and students in here to use to support completing Science Day program. We also have a Help tab. And if you would click on the Help tab, it also has copies of all of these resources that are found under these top tabs, as well as information about registration, your account settings, pretty much everything that you would need if you had an issue, you could troubleshoot here. And if you still can't find the answer to your question, you can click on Contact Us, and it will send a message directly to us to help us address any questions you may have. Now I'm going to take you to the student side, hopefully. Here we go. So again, the students will be on the same project board website, projectboard.world/OAS. They will see the same landing page. And instead of going to the teacher portal, they're going to click on the student portal. And again, once you get to the student portal page, Maybe. My computer seems to be running slowly today. They can click Start Now. It will take them through an account creation process. The student guidelines to create the account are right here below. And once they have created their account, they will land on the My Projects page, which is a tab at the top as well. Here they can start a new project. And this is the page they will see. So there are 3 choices for projects. They can do a hypothesis-based research project, an engineering design project, and these are both for Science Day, or they can choose Ohio STEP, our innovation and entrepreneurship project. So we'll go ahead and preview. So once the students would start a project, this is what will open up, and this is their student makerspace. This is where they will have the ability to open up each of these tiles, read what it says to do. The instructions are up at the top, and then they can fill in down here at the bottom their answers. They can also, I guess in the preview, I might have to start a project. It will allow them to enter information where this black box is. They can upload videos, they can upload links, they can upload documents, and they can save it all within their student workspace right here on Project Board. And again, they can go through each step, in this case of the scientific method, and save all of their work here. They can add a team member. So if they're working in a group of 2 or a group of 3, they can add a team, and all 2 students will be able to access this exact same template to work on their project as a group. They don't have to be in the same room at the same time. They can work remotely, independently, and have access to this same template. I'm going to go ahead and start this project so that I can show you what it actually looks like when you start a project. Here we go. So when you click on a tile there, now I can access each of these. So these pluses you can click on, and you can add a picture, you can do a whiteboard, you can add a link, a file, you can ask a question, or you can embed documents, and they will all show up under each of these pluses. You also have your workspace down here where you can type, and you can change, your font and highlight things and do all of these there's all these features that you can use, and then click Save. There's also a space for the teacher to be able to comment and allow kids, give them feedback when you need to give them feedback on a section. So again, it's the student makerspace. And they have the exact same access to these resources up at the top as the teacher does. And once the students are happy with their work, around December, there's going to be the option to submit their work to the district level competitions or the state level competitions, depending on whether they do Ohio STEP or Science Day. And that's right here. These are going to open up. These are the submission portals, and these will open up December 16th for students to start submitting projects to the competitions. And so right now they're inactive because we have not activated them yet until December 16th. So that's a little walkthrough of Project Board. It really is a great space for students to connect to work on projects. Students can view other students' projects. Teachers can connect with students, comment, monitor projects. And we're also going to be able to offer mentors this year that can join once they go through our training, our mentor training, and they will be paired with students to go over the students' work and be able to provide feedback as well. Okay, I am going to move away from project board. And sorry. Whoops. Got to get this. There we go. Okay. Present full screen. Sorry, taking me a moment here. So the why, this is the why. These are the kids at district and state science day or our Ohio STEP competition, where they're given the opportunity to present in front of judges and other adults and get valuable feedback on their work. And this experience, I cannot put a value on this for the students. It is incredibly amazing to see students in this setting presenting and receiving awards. I really do think that they gain a lot of experience and skills, as well as a huge confidence booster. So how would you get started? This seems like, I know it's a lot of information in a very short period of time. You would simply go to projectboard.world/OAS and create an account and register in Project Board. Then you can create a class and invite students under My Classes. You can either send them an email to invite them, or you can add them to your class by entering their email, where I showed you I had added 2 students by their emails to my class. To be eligible for competition and to work in Project Board this year, students need to have an account by December 15th. And then the submission portal opens December 16th for students to submit for their competitions. And here is our timeline. I know it's a lot of information. We put some stars next to the ones that have some really important dates. Again, that December 15th is the deadline to create an account in Project Board, and December 16th is the day that we can start submitting for competition. January 31st is when the submission portal for competition for the Buckeye Science and Engineering Fair closes. So students, if they're interested in participating in that, need to enter by January 31st of 2024. And February 26th is our deadline for submitting projects for district science days and for our Ohio STEP state competition. So that this February 26, 2024 is a super important date as well. And one last thing here that's super exciting. I had the privilege to work with the Ohio STEM Learning Network over the summer, and they're another statewide organization that offers a STEM-based project for students in grades 5 through 12. They have what's called the Ohio STEM Learning Network Design Challenge. And if you're interested in aligning our programs and doing all 3 or 2 of our programs or 1 of our programs with the OSLN Design Challenge, you can see how we've kind of aligned the programs. So step 1 of the OSLN Design Challenge aligns with our hypothesis and engineering design statement for Science Day, or the identifying a problem and target customers part for Ohio STEP. So we have aligned all the programs. So for those of you who want to do the Science Day, but also want to participate in the Design Challenge for more competition opportunities, then you have the ability to do both programs, or perhaps all 3 programs. If you're interested in the Design Challenge, you can reach out to Sandy Gento at gento@battelle.org, or visit osln.org and type in Design Challenge, and you can register for the Design Challenge workbook that guides you through these steps here. So how to connect with us? You can email us at stem@ohiosci.org with any questions, or if you're seeking any information about our programs. you can visit Project Board. And like I said, you can visit Project Board without having an account and see all of our resources, which are available for free, as are our programs, and you can access those resources. You can visit our YouTube channel, and we also are offering Zoom office hours on Mondays. We started that in September from 3 to 4, and you can just jump on and ask questions and get your questions answered anytime from 3 to 4 p.m. every Monday. We also have a website, ohiosci.org, and you can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram.